And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Well, let's read some of your viewer comments. First up, we have some comments on Kim Davis and the religious freedom debate. Nicholas says, quote, "It seems to me that the religious right is going to hurt the GOP brand when it comes to the general election. The political reality is moderates and independents decide general elections, and that demographic is very much pro-gay rights, not to mention the largest generation in this country is hitting their 30s, I don't know about that, and beginning to become more politically active and are pro-gay marriage." Unger.
3 cheers, by the way, for that commenter. Everything you said in there is factually accurate. You know what you're talking about. Lenny says, "There would be no question in my mind that Clerk Davis must obey the law, but since she agreed to serve before the Supreme Court took it upon themselves to pass the gay marriage law, she should have her name taken off the licenses. She is an elected official, so it's not the same as an employee who can look for another job." You may be right about that. It's a very you raised the most confusing question. Does Title 10 of the Civil Rights Act apply the same to an elected official as it does to an employee in a private business? I don't know the answer.
On the Nicholas comment, I agree with some of the things he said as well, and it was very pragmatic, it was lucid. However, about the biggest generation being in their 30s, isn't the baby boomer generation bigger than any other?
I don't know if it's still the biggest, but he is right. That generation is certainly a large one. I mean,
and going to bankrupt America.
And even if he got it technically wrong on that,
right,
he understands the political realities.
They are growing. I just wonder if they're politically active, Amy.
Good question. They were for President Obama in 2008 and again in 2012, but not for Democrats as a brand. But getting back to the Kim Davis issue and the viewer's comment, polling data also shows that most Americans are not behind her. Only 26% of Americans support her position. That Americans have a pretty practical view of this, which is do your job or resign.
And by the way, that shouldn't be the measuring stick. Even if Americans supported her or didn't support her, it should matter what the law says.
As a political matter, Americans are on the side of just pragmatism.
I'm not a big gay marriage guy, but I think absolutely. Look, you were elected to do this job. If you don't want to do the job, fine, don't do the job. But you can't sit there in office and not do the job.
Right. Okay. And she was denying marriage licenses to everybody.
Yeah.
My God, even 74% agrees with me. Oh my Lord.
Not a big gay marriage guy. Actually, not a gay marriage guy at all.
But you're right, though, because that wasn't the issue in this.
Exactly.
Whether you're for it or against.
She was elected to do a job, do the job, or leave.
Okay. Donald Trump said the same thing, by the way, so not surprising that Carl is right in line.
Echoes.
Gail says, "What's up with the liberal Rick Unger?" Question mark and exclamation point regarding the same-sex marriage law that the Supreme Court made. He said, "You seem to think we will have to abide by it since it is the law of the land. Well, so is the Dred Scott decision. Do you think we need to go back to that law, considering it was also the law of the land decided by the Supreme Court?" Unger.
Very easy. First of all, I totally relate to what's up with Rick Unger. I get that a lot, so that's cool. but you answered your own question. When the Dred Scott decision came down from the Supreme Court, it was indeed the law of the land, whether I would have liked it or not. You know how that changed? The 14th Amendment changed that law. So if you don't like the law that the Supreme Court came down with on gay marriage, that's why we have constitutional amendments. It's that simple. There's a lot of things the Supreme Court does that I don't like. It doesn't matter that I don't like it. It's still the law.
It's like schoolyard rock around here, you know, the way you just explained that was very educational. All right, we have a comment on the Iran deal from Scott, who says, "What the heck is wrong with the Democrats?" Question mark. Simply the fact that people in the Mideast are fleeing for their lives should be obvious enough evidence that the Iran deal, not good.
You guys want to handle this?
What's wrong with Democrats? Well, I think you are their spokesperson
well, I mean,
here.
That's an open-ended question because there's so many answers.
Well, look,
there,
you may not, just quickly, you may not like the Iran deal, but that's not the reason I have to tell you that people are fleeing the Middle East. It has a lot more to do with the civil war in Syria and some other, Etruria.
I think what they're saying is that it will get a lot worse if Iran and the money they have is sponsoring the Hezbollah's.
That's just not why they're
the reason people are fleeing the Middle East, and this is pretty controversial, Islam. Even the Muslims, the moderate Muslims, are leaving because of Islam. Islam is being redefined as an extremist base as a whole, and the moderate Muslims who want to coexist, they're fleeing. So Islam is the problem.
I agree with that. Yeah. The UN Refugee Agency has looked at the statistics of who the migrants are. 50% from Syria, 72% males. I think there's a lot of economic migration going on.
Interesting. Rick, take the last one.
Okay. And of course, we have some comments on Donald Trump. Here is one from Steve who says Trump is reaching across party lines. His campaign is changing the rules that have been stacked against American people, marginalizing our vote. Corrupt media and politicians must change for America to be great again. I hear you.
Amy, we only got about 10 seconds, but
Sure.
Explain that story you told earlier during the commercial about somebody who voted for Obama twice and now likes Trump. Was that somebody?
Would be my brother.
Oh, your brother, really?
Who was, two-time Obama voter, loves Trump.
There you go. There's your proof. Okay, well, remember, if you want to weigh in on any of these issues we talk about here on the show, be sure to go to newsmax.com/comments and let us know what you think. And be sure to get your copy of Ben Carson's book, One Nation. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is cover the $4.95 for shipping. Call 1-800-655-7567. That's 1-800-655-7567. Or visit newsmax.com/Ben right now. Okay, up next, it's Happy Times, time for Yay or Nay. This is the Daily Wrap.